Welcome, everyone. It is Sunday, December 19th, 2021, and we're about to do the Q&A section of our Sunday Morgellons call. All right, take it away.
Okay, anybody got a question, Chris? Open up anybody's line?
Nick, you can go, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
How you doing, Rich?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, taking it day by day. It was very interesting what you talked about today. I've been on this call for a long time, and all I could say is that I've been here every week, and the diet does work. And bathing and the protocols, and you have to read the book. That's all I got to say. I want to hear about other people suffering.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Nick. Thank you. Keep coming back. Nick is also one of our coaches. Okay, anybody else?
No, I don't have a question.
Oh, okay. Would you like to share anything? How are you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. I never did the questionnaire because I don't have a computer. I do it by my phone.
Oh, well, you should be able to do it on your phone somehow. I think people do that.
Oh, I didn't know how to do it, but I'm fine.
Okay.
I got tested for Lyme. Curious to see if I come out positive.
Mm-hmm.
And I got tested for medication toxicity.
Okay. Well, if you read the book and the report about Lyme disease, you get a lot of positive and false negatives with the Lyme testing. The only real valuable one is the microscopy, to have that done to actually see whether you or not you have Lyme disease. And if you're suspecting Lyme disease, you want to read my report. Lyme disease doesn't have to own you anymore, because by utilizing our basic nutritional package with the multiple minerals, the multiple vitamins, which should be back in stock by the end of this week coming up. We've been out of them for about 3 weeks. And by boosting the glutathione and by utilizing our natural antibiotic, you may boost your immune functioning to the point that any treatment you do need will be minimal or may not need any treatment whatsoever. So it's not a treatment, but it's about boosting immune functioning to the point where you may function normally as I am now. Okay, thanks for sharing.
Okay, thank you.
Keep coming back. I have a question from Margaret. She wrote in, I was wondering about pH balance. I searched in the book, but couldn't find any reference to it. I searched acid and alkaline too. Do parasites tend to prefer one environment over the other, Margaret? Well, the answer to that is, and everywhere that you read about health, they will talk about the benefits of alkalizing your body. Alkaline environment is better than a non-alkaline environment. An acidic environment has a tendency to feed bacteria, parasites, viruses, so you always want to go alkaline. Now, there are those who say the natural antidote for Morgellons, the antidote for Morgellons. Now, let's assume that you contracted Morgellons a day or two ago, and were able to know, hey, yeah, I got Morgellons. Most people are incapable of making that quick deduction, and it takes them months, maybe years, by which time this antidote is not going to probably work easily and quickly by itself. But if you're able to detect it quickly, then the antidote is said to be boron, and we have 2 types of boron in the store, or they say take a pinch of borax and consume it, along with alkalizing your body with apple cider vinegar. Now, that's to alkalize your body. The problem with apple cider vinegar is that basically 90% of us parasite people are also maybe dealing also with springtails. And vinegar has a tendency to feed the springtails. So it's counterproductive. So you may be helping get rid of the Morgellons, but the springtails get stronger. So looking at our protocol, we have two distinct ways of alkalizing your system. One is by using sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, a teaspoon on an empty stomach and a glass of water twice a day. We also highly recommend using our coral calcium alkalized minerals. They come in a sachet, you put it in a bottle of water, use real glass or Lexan, no cheap plastics. Don't use metal, with no metal spoons, everything plastic. Those minerals, when you measure the pH, are around 10.5. So that will also alkalize your system. So those are the two approaches that we use to alkalize the system. I have another question here from Gail. She writes, we bought a used sofa 1 3/4 years ago. Also, I visited my neighbor who broke her hip a day for 1.5 weeks until they moved where 2 to 3 different caregivers slept that night. Just having trouble reading the... Also, we have a lot more juvenile squirrels than 2 years ago. There are 2 oaks about 5 feet from our sidewalk where they jump from branches to our roof and run around. Our maintenance guy says they are not in the attic and just hear them on the roof. So, well, number one, I'd say get the tree trimmers in here and trim those trees so the squirrels are not jumping on your roof. Not that you're getting parasites from squirrels walking around on your roof, but that's a good place to start. Trim those trees back. Don't cut them down, just trim them back. Now, the used sofa may have brought these organisms into your world. You didn't know where you might have gotten them. So chapter 3 of the book is quite detailed into how to disinfect things. So just because the sofa may have been infected doesn't mean it cannot be disinfected. Chapter 3 goes into, you can start with spraying with basic ammonia. Do not use fogging. Fogging is a waste of time and a waste of money. No more effective than spraying. There are different things that you can use. You can spread diatomaceous earth around. This week we started a sale with our electrostatic sprayer, which is the most effective way of disinfecting. It's almost 50% off, so that's something you can do. And I don't know what to do about the neighbor and the caregivers here. I'm not quite sure what was asked. But bottom line is anybody who has contact with that sofa or where you are infected could be infected, but not necessarily. So I don't know what more to say about that. You have any comments, Robin?
No, but I mean, if someone's susceptible, it's really easy. You could get infested by petting a dog or a cat. I mean, there's so many ways, and, you know, the main issue is dealing with it.
You read the next lady's mind, and I'll cover her later. So, okay, thank you, Robin. Did we find our person with the question? Is she on yet?
Yes. Hi, I have a question. Okay. There's so many, but to start with, I'm thrilled that you're there. You're the first people I've got to speak to about this. I need a buddy. I need to talk to someone. I don't even sleep. They're driving me nuts. I have to stay in air. What is it about heat that drives them crazy? Do you know?
Well, they like heat. I mean, just like you like heat, right?
Well,
No, I don't like heat. I'm warm-blooded. I'm extremely warm-blooded since I'm a kid. I don't like heat. I love the cold.
Typically, if you're sweating or or wear tight clothing, they're going to be more active, and they.
Okay, yeah.
Number one, have you started the diet, Desi? Have you started the diet?
No, but I'm going to look at your email, and if not, I'm going to request it for the email and the diet to start. See, my problem is I have autoimmune diseases, and I just found out I have it's called paralysis. It's where my stomach muscle and my nerves have a hard time digesting food. But I don't know where I caught it. It started 2 years ago. I was in a COVID ward, and when I came out, and they shouldn't have put me there. I had cellulitis. And for some reason, that's what made me suspicious that I got it from a communicable ward, because I don't know where else, but I've been around animals my whole life, so I'm just going nuts trying to guess where I got it from. I have grandchildren. I'm worried.
Yeah, it probably doesn't matter where you got it from. What matters is what we do about it now.
Yes.
So that's important. So number one is get back to me so I can get you the book and get you the diet and start getting on that diet. You have Nick you can talk to. You have Ethel. You have Anna. We have several coaches. So they can.
How do I get a hold of the coaches? How do I get a hold of them?
Well, we'll give the phone numbers later. We don't publish the phone. Okay. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much. God bless you.
And keep coming back. You are basically where everybody is when they come to this program.
Really?
Overwhelmed and in a lot of agony.
I'm hysterical all the time, crying. My family don't even recognize me. They think I'm crazy. I'm telling them, I know I got bugs. I know it. I'm being bitch.
Yeah. So many family members don't believe in it. They believe the doctors, and that doesn't help.
Yes. And I don't believe the doctor. When they tell me this is delusional anxiety, it's, let me tell you something. I'm a survivor. I'm born and raised in Harlem. I've been through trials and tribulations, and nothing's knocked me down. This has taken me out because I don't like pestilence my whole life. They've always been like an omen to me. So getting this is like 1,000 times worse than my mind, if you understand what I mean by that.
Right.
I feel like it's a demonic plague.
Well, anytime you need a little boost in, inspiration, we have, and emails go out, and we have a slew of testimonials. You can go to those testimonials and listen to those people, and they all were where you are, and they all are progressing and getting their lives back. So it's
thank God.
Testimonials.
Thank you so much. So you don't know, you have been a blessing today. I'm telling you, God told me to go check my email because I don't do it because this has driven me to where I'm constantly itching and putting, you know what I do? I put barn powder on me at least 7 times a day. I gotta clean the whole house after I do it, then it starts all over. I'm telling you, it's like a ritual that's insanity.
I used to, way back in the day, I used the gold bond powder, and they just seemed to laugh at gold bond powder. They didn't pay attention to gold bond powder on my skin.
So you did that too?
What's that?
I said, so you did bond powder too? You did anything, right? I go in the shower, and for some reason, I put the cold on, and it leaves me alone. Yours had to be hot. Mine has to be cold. That's what's so weird about this disease. I don't understand it. I got to be in the cold.
Well, get on the diet ASAP and read Chapter 3 of the book. Chapter 4 and Chapter 3 are the most important aspects of the book in getting into the program. Here another lady writes in, Paula writes in, I need to buy an ozone machine or electrostatic sprayer, but I can't afford both at the moment. Well, as I just mentioned, the electrostatic sprayers are almost 50% off. Which would you suggest is perhaps the most effective so I can purchase first? Well, I would say the electrostatic sprayer is far more effective because with ozone, and Robin had used both, but ozone you need to do one space 21 days in a row where you need to leave for at least 2.5 or 3 hours come back and air it out. And you need to do oftentimes multiple rooms at the same time. So you may need to have two or three, maybe even more ozone machines running at the same time. Whereas with the electrostatic sprayer, you can basically do your whole house in about maybe 20 minutes or less and be done, and not have to do one room at a time and to leave. You can use the enzymes in the electrostatic sprayer, or we have 2 disinfectants. You can choose either one and use in the electrostatic sprayer. So I'd say the electrostatic sprayer is 10 times more easier to use than dealing with ozone. Now, also, can the 5-ingredient pesticide be used indoors? Yes, it can. You can use it indoors. I don't recommend, I mean, they say most of these things are targeted to the genetics of these organisms and won't affect you. But I'd still not want to be touching them and have my skin in contact with them. And again, the 5-ingredient pesticide, you would only use about every 11 days, not more frequently. And in between, you would use some other form of disinfectant, whether it be ammonia or the Benefect or Metaclean or the enzymes on a day-to-day basis. Okay, anything to add to that, Robin?
Yeah, I don't recommend using any pesticide in the electrostatic sprayer.
Oh, absolutely not. No, thanks for clarifying.
So use your own spray bottle that you make with it, and wear a mask and nitrile gloves when you're using it, because it's a pesticide. It's poison.
Right.
So,
the only thing,
and actually, one other thing is that when you use the pesticide, if you're really infested, initially it's just going to make them mad, just like everything else you do. So when you spray the pesticide, I would cover your head, I would get goggles, I would wear a mask, gloves, and after you spray everything, it doesn't have a lot of residual odor or anything, but change your clothes, wash what you sprayed in, and take a quick shower, because they're going to all jump on you to get away from the pesticide.
Right. That's an important thing. Don't use these pesticides in the electrostatic sprayer. Only use either the enzymes we have in the store by themselves with nothing else, or you can use the Benefect disinfectant, which is organic, it's thyme-based, but you want to clean it out with water after you use it, after each use. Or the chemical-based disinfectant is called Metaclean, and again, clean it out after you're done so the nozzles don't get clogged up with anything. The difference between the two is one is organic. The Benefect you can use in your kitchen, around your food, it's fine. Whereas the Metaclean is chemical. Economically, the Metaclean is about, 1/4 the cost of the Benefect. It's a lot less costly. So you have to decide which one works best for you. Okay, great. Let's see if we have any other questions coming up here. Oh, yes. Okay, here's the dog. Now, it may have started last summer or spring when we stopped to talk to a lady with a dog. I am sure that I got about 7 to 8 bites on my lower legs in seconds from that dog. I was wearing shorts. Hey, don't wear shorts. No, I'm just kidding. Don't go on walks. No, I'm just kidding. Yesterday afternoon, I was sitting outside, and I am out front sidewalk, and my new neighbor with her dog comes over to say hi. I presume it's the same dog. I felt some bites on my upper arms and realized that they were from the dog. I move away, and last night in my bath, I can't get rid of them. I have been using clean green and salts in the bath. I remember in your book about the raccoon and checked your suggestions to put in the bath. I took 4 essential oils you mentioned and mixed them with water. I also put DE in a spray bottle of water. I am waiting from orders from your company. Okay, it goes on. This time we will place 2 ozone generators and I can hide out in the community. Our car is infested too, so I don't want to drive anywhere just yet. Thanks for your book, company, and all that you do for us. Well, first thing I'd say is make sure that dog doesn't come around again or get close to that dog.
And the other thing is that nothing happens fast. You can't do something once or twice or 5 times or 10 times. It's going to take months. And you still have to deal with your environment and your clothes and everything else.
Yes, and there's no mention as to whether she's on the diet or not.
Nothing will work without the diet.
Yeah, from the body of her email, I got the sense that the dog isn't the first time that she has been impacted by these organisms, but it wasn't good for her to be around the dog, or maybe it wasn't good for the dog to be around her. I don't know, but it seemed that she was picking up bites from the dog. So number 1, we'd want to stay away from the dog. Number 2, make sure you're on the diet. Number 3, don't expect that, basically essential oils in a bath are going to miraculously make a difference, specifically if you're not already on the diet. Our instructions are in the bath is to use the Nature's Gift. The Nature's Gift goes deep in the skin with the water to flush these things out, to clean them out of your skin. The oils then would be disinfectants to destroy them as they are coming out of your skin, and then to shower off. And in extreme situations, after you shower off, then you want to wipe your body down again with what we call body wipe. And body wipe is what is diluted Nature's Gift, a ratio of 1 part Nature's Gift to 64 parts of water. The instructions that come with it tell you how to dilute it in terms of drops or whatever size you want to make. So, and then in extreme situations, then even using some essential oils or creams on your body after the shower. So each person is different and starts at a different place. You need to be prepared to start doing the most and be aware of what the most is to do. And then it gets better from there on.